Do you want to get the bad stuff out of the way first?
Wow, man, there's been a lot of news, and we're excited to be on the road to WrestleMania, and that's our topic today. We're going to be talking about some of your favorite WrestleMania moments, but for better or worse, Vince McMahon was a large part of that, and he's been in the news this last week.
Vince, he sure was. Man, he was a huge part of it.
Yeah.
His belief in me made all the difference in the world, from just being another guy to being, one of his main guys during that Attitude Era. And you can tell, if anyone who's listened to a single episode knows the great fondness I have for Mr. McMahon. But it's just, I don't know all the facts,
right.
But man, it's really ugly.
Yeah.
I feel some very similar, just like that dead inside feeling the way I had in 2007 after the Benoit murders. And man, I hope it doesn't take away from people's amazing memories of all the things that Mr. McMahon created or helped create, including, my character and the programs that I was in. He was such a big part of it. I wish he'd really just stepped aside. The first time we just heard a little hint of these allegations.
Yeah.
And I believe you brought up the Rain hotline.
Yes.
When you were talking with Jeff and with
Eric.
Now, I was a volunteer on the hotline for 2 years, so I know the great work they do. And if somebody is having a workplace difficulty or has a difficulty in their personal life,
their family life,
or have been the survivor of an assault, then RAINN.org is a great place to go to look for help. And one of the big differences they have now that they did not have when I was on the hotline, it's going back 12, 13 years since I did the hotline. They did not have the means to safely and anonymously have a chat room for survivors. And now they do. And that's huge, because I did a lot of reading, a lot of studying, and I tried to be the best volunteer I could, but I haven't been in those shoes.
Right.
So if you go to rain.org, you not only can talk to a trained volunteer, but you can talk amongst other people who may be in the same situation that you are.
Well said. And we know where you are on that sort of thing and all the great work you've done with Rain. And I think we all agree we just want this to end as best as it can for all involved.
Yeah, and for it to never happen.
Yes.
Obviously never happen again.
We should talk about some good stuff in modern wrestling. We
Let's
just saw a pretty fun Royal Rumble, record-setting Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes wins again, back-to-back. And we got a little surprise on the ladies' side. Bayley came out victorious. What'd you think of the show?
Well, I didn't see the show. I was on the road. It's one of the drawbacks. I did not see it. And in fairness, there were a few people I saw at the con who invited me to watch it. But then when it rolls around 7 p.m. and you're just in your bed.
Yes.
The cons can take a lot out of you, It's like a marathon. No, it's not a marathon, because I can do 3 days at a con. I can't run a marathon. But you need some energy to go out there, and I just didn't watch it.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to see Becky and Mommy. And I don't know if that's going to happen now. It's always an interesting couple months to see how something that technically should be dyed in the wool. Once you establish that, boom, off and running. And I've sometimes wondered if maybe the Rumble should be the pay-per-view in February.
Yes.
So that the momentum. I have seen the momentum die.
Yes. And
I've seen the stipulations change so much that you wonder why there was even a Rumble winner.
Wow, okay.
But, when you make I think the most glaring, I'm thinking the word obfuscation, even though I'm probably not even using it correctly, was when it was set, I think in 2004, to be a singles match. And then Shawn Michaels super kicked one of the participants and signed his name, and I thought, I don't know if that's legal. I don't know if that's legally binding. But it should be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's they call it the road to WrestleMania. I don't know if they've ever given a moment's thought to having the Rumble in January. I mean, in February instead of January, because it is such a, man, it's a great, to me, it's a great service for the wrestling community.
Yes.
Because we're talking about the doldrums.
Yes.
We're talking about late January. These are the dreariest months of the year.
Yes.
And having the Rumble, and you know that, it's Mania, but it's also springtime. I think it's been a great service for people to have something besides the Super Bowl to get excited about. Yeah.
No, I totally agree. Well, the world wants to know what's going to happen with Cody Rhodes. Of course, Seth Rollins, as we're recording this, pled his case on Monday Night Raw, saying Cody should challenge for his belt, the quote-unquote workhorse belt, the Dusty belt. And a lot of people wonder, does Cody go with Roman or does he go with Seth?
I think a lot of people would see the story not being complete unless it's Roman.
Right.
But we have heard rumors out there that Roman might be occupied on Mania.
What do you think about the rumor that perhaps The Rock would be involved in WrestleMania?
Well, going back way over, to a similar place last year, a year ago, although no, we're talking Clash of the Castle, and you asked me if I thought Drew McIntyre should have been put over, and I said, it remains to be seen if Roman holds the title until Mania. This was last year, and I thought it might be Rock last year.
Right.
Then it makes sense for Roman to hold on to it. But at this point, so many, how many, what are you in, 1,000 days?
Yeah, well over, yeah,
well
like
over.
1,300 or something crazy.
I mean, it's conceivable he could have lost the title to both.
Yeah.
He could have lost the title a couple times.
Yes.
To say Sammy, to give people that incredible rush when they leave. In Sammy's case, it was Montreal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Drew's case, it was Wales, right?
That's right.
Wales. I don't know, looking at it now, if it would have hurt Roman at all. He could still be solidified as a really strong champion. So I don't know. I'd love it. I want whatever the right thing is for Cody. I think it has to happen this year.
I would agree. I hope it does, and I'm excited about it. And I'm interested to see if The Rock does come back.
And I think if The Rock comes back, people want to see him in a tag team situation.
100%.
They want to see
Solo and Roman against The Rock and Sock.
It's got to be.
That's easy.
That's why I've been shaping up the last 25 minutes.
Hey, so we did get some big news. Your old pal Dwayne is now on the TKO board. What do you make of that, man?
I like it a lot. I'm sure he takes that job really seriously. I'm happy also for Dwayne that the United States Football League. And I'm excited, man. They've got a team in Birmingham.
They do.
I want to go.
Yeah,
I want to be part of this thing. I'm excited about it. I'm excited. I'm bullish on Rock in general.
Sure.
I'm bullish on the Brahma Bull. So I think he doesn't get involved in things unless he knows there's a good chance of making things better.
Yes.
Or continuing excellence. So I'm sure it's not an opportunity he took lightly, and I'm really glad that he's on the board.